Shalom, family, and welcome to today's episode of Get Your Life Bible Study, which is your Black history. Okay? So if you look like us, the Bible is your Black history. You ever wondered, well, where's our Black history? What happened to it? And why does it always just start with slavery? It's right here. And this is what we're using to help you get your life with right here.
Yep.
This is the Negro or the so-called black man or the so-called, I don't even like to say African American because for whatever reasons. Anywho, this is that so-called Negro or that so-called black man. This is your Black history. Okay? This is it in the Word. There are other people who would tell you differently, but you know what? It's not true. This is where it went. Have you ever wondered what happened to the Israelites? All those other people in the Word still exist today. The Babylonians, the Romans, the Greeks, who else was it, Papa? The Persians. All those people still exist today. What happened to the Hebrew Israelites? God or Yah's chosen people. You think He would just make them disappear? No, ma'am. No, He would not. Scoot over, Papa. Not. You halfway out the camera. So this is it. Okay, and I know there's a lot of people who were different with. We just hear about and we doing this in His spirit and by His truth. I'm sorry. If the truth slaps you in the face, then oh well. What you want me to do?
Slapped.
Come on now, you just been slapped, huh, Papa? Because the truth is gonna be the truth, whether you accept it or not. It is what it is. So, before we get started, we're gonna do a little thing new. We're gonna pray. We just want to bring the Most High Yah into the study. Okay, so Most High Yah, in the name of your Son Yeshua HaMashiach, we just ask that you speak through us and that you give us the wisdom and understanding to do this Bible study, to share your word with the family, so that we can help them get an understanding, because you told us that in all our getting, get an understanding. Hallelujah. And we thank you and we praise you for speaking through us as we become your vessels to speak through, to share your word with the fam. And we thank you and praise you for it in Yeshua's name. Hallelujah. Okay. Don't forget, we are going to be we do a Get Your Life lesson. It's no longer included in the Bible study, but it gets posted the same day. Yeah. So don't forget to look for the Get Your Life lesson. And also, we're going to add a new one that you need to start looking for as well. Y'all put this on my spirit to do one called People Who Can Help You Get Your Life. It's basically just a shout out. It won't last any more than 2 minutes. Okay, but I'm shouting out, I'm giving a shout out, I'm giving recognition to other people that Yah has anointed to help you get an understanding. Okay, because we're all part of this body and we all have different roles and to play to help people get an understanding. And I'll be shouting out those people that can help you, those other people that helped us. We're just going to pass that information on to you, because you need to do more research than just what we're doing in the Bible study. There are so many other places to get wisdom and knowledge from that will help you get an understanding. So don't forget to look for that one. It'll last about 2 minutes. And don't forget to look for the Get Your Life lessons. That one usually lasts about 2 minutes. And the Get Your Life Bible Study / Black History, we do that for an hour. So as we just keep moving, as y'all tell us to move, we keep doing what He tells us to do. So I also want to give a shout out to Dappy Keys. The music that you hear in the background is always his. I have no right to any of that music. I just love his music, Dappy Keys. You can look him up yourself because he helps. That music is so soothing, so calm. To me, it's anointed, and it helps bring me into the presence of Yah. So a shout out to Dappy Keys for the music that you hear playing in the background. And last but not least, I want to give a shout out to my son, Anthony Stevens. who has a birthday on the 5th in 2 days, which we're not recording. So we want to give him a shout out today. Happy birthday,
Happy
Anthony,
birthday.
who we call Monkey. It's my little monkey. And he has a nonprofit organization called Uplift One. You need to go to that website and check it out. It's Uplift, UPLIFT dash one ONE.org. Go check out his website. It's a nonprofit to help other people, trying to help them get their lives, trying to help them live a better lives, helping, those that are a little less fortunate or struggling or going through. So y'all called us to help the fatherless, the widow, the stranger. He told us to help each other. And that's what that whole organization is about. So go check that out and help him help somebody else. And in helping somebody else, you're blessed.
Yeah.
Okay? So just wanted to get a little shout out to my little monkey, Anthony. Go, Anthony. Okay. All right. Now we are in Genesis 9 and 6. And today we're going to be talking about the covenant that Yah made with Noah. Remember, Yah or Yahuwah is another Hebrew name for God, and Noah is the Hebrew name for Noah. So we try to help you increase your little Hebrew vocabulary each week. Don't forget that these people that we're reading about look like us. Okay? This is your black kid. They look like us. They look like Pookie now, Ray now. You know. Okay. And Papa's going to be jumping in a lot more today because he's going to be talking about some things that's in his forte. I mean, we all have our gifts, and a lot of this is going to fall in his gift today. So pay attention. Papa going to share some stuff with you today. Go, Papa. Yeah. All right, let's start reading at Genesis 9 and 6. I hope you have your Bibles when you come. I hope you have your little pen and your paper. You can take notes. And also, let me say this. If it's your birthday, shoot us a little comment and let us know. And then we'll give you a shout out too, okay, for your birthday. All right, so here we go.
Okay. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of Yahuwah made he man.
Okay, let's just stop right there because last week we talked about that you killing people, Yah is going to require your blood for that, okay? So my black brothers and sisters, hate to use that term, my Hebrew brothers and sisters, my Negro brothers and sisters, however you can relate to this. We got to stop killing one another. Yah's going to require that. If you give a life, he's going to require yours. And a lot of times, Yah goes after your seed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you done cut up and did something wrong, it might not be your life that he gonna require, but he gonna require your child's life. Okay, because the seed that you sow is gonna grow. It's gonna come back. You're gonna reap what you sow. I know you've heard that. Mm-hmm. So you think that you're getting away with something by taking another man's life. You're not. Y'all see everything you do. And he's gonna require that blood at your hand. And that also goes to all of those people who did all that vicious killing through slavery. All the slave owners that did all that vicious killing and anybody that's killing other people. Whether you are in white uniforms or blue ones, those lives that you take are going to be required at your hands. Okay. Yeah. So hold on, let me just do a little something. I just want to put this out there. The people who are responsible for these lives, their blood is going to be on your hands. Y'all's going to require that. Jacob Blake, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Stephen Clark, Philando Castile, Freddie Gray, Eric Gardner, all those black people that has been killed unjustifiably, their blood is going to be required at your hand. Y'all going to come, he going to deal with you for that. So you might think you're getting away with it because the system might let you get away with it. Y'all ain't gonna let you get away with it. I just want you to know. I'm just saying.
Yah has a different judgment system.
He does, and it usually comes for your children, for your seed.
As
So,
you will see here pretty quickly.
yeah, as you will see. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, you got to stop it. And I think the one that's the worst of all is the black on black. I think that's the worst of all. We expect them. They ain't never did us right.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you'll understand that in today's shout out too.
And that kind of wickedness is what got us booted out of the promised land in the first place.
Absolutely. And then we've been under a curse. The reason that he allowed these terrible things to happen to us as black people. Okay. We've been under a curse because we cut up. We did we was being stiff necked and we was cutting up. We was being hard headed. We did not honor the covenant that we made with him. Okay.
And it was a blood in, blood out covenant.
And we're on the second covenant. That first covenant that was made was between Adam or Adam and Yah. Remember, he told Adam not to eat of that tree. You can eat all the other trees in the garden, but that one called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which we've already discussed that was not a tree. So if you need that lesson, go back to the beginning. He broke that covenant because he said you break the covenant, you're going to die. And he wasn't talking about your physical, what he was, but that was going to be long term. What he was talking about two types of death. The first death was going to happen to your spirit. You were going to be cut off from him. You weren't going to be able to hear from him anymore. And as a result of that, now you're going to die as well, a physical death that comes much later. But he did not create us to die a physical death or a spiritual one. Sin, doing wrong, doing what he asked you not to do, got us there. Okay. So we suffered two types of death. Because Adam lived to be about 930 years, but at the end he still died, which was not his plan for the man that he created in his image and in his likeness. They look like Pookie and Ray Ray. We're playing. Okay. So now we're going to talk about the covenant that he made with Noah, because remember, he just wiped them all out with a flood. Okay, he just killed everybody, and the only people that survived, he killed all the animals, the cattle, the bird. He didn't leave nothing standing but Noah and his family, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives, and those animals that he took in, 1 male, 1 female. That was the only thing. Everything else got wiped out because man's heart was only evil. There had no good in it whatsoever. Because once Adam did what he did, it changed our likeness from Yah to Hasatan.
Change our nature.
It's still our likeness. Yeah. Because our image is always Yah. But instead of acting like Yah, which we were created to do, we looked like he did and we acted like he did. So we had his image and his likeness. But once Adam sinned, now we took on the likeness of Hasatan or Satan. That's why we cut up, act bad, evil, and do all these evil, crazy things. But then he's going to send his son to redeem you back so that you can do good again. But up until this point, you can't do no good. You couldn't do good if you wanted to. It's just evil because Hasatan has dominion. But that's going to change too. Okay? So let's go.
Okay. And we're going into chapter 7 or verse 7. And you, be ye fruitful and multiply. Bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein.
Okay, so he's telling them, Noah and his sons and their wives, to be fruitful. Fruitful means to replenish the earth, to proliferate. Because no matter what type of proliferation it is, it's only going to take place through seed. Fruit only creates more fruit. Proliferation means pro-life, giving life. It only takes place through seed. Some fruit have seed in it. Some fruit come from seed. Another tree only going to happen, proliferate through seed. Another man to create other people, other little men, little girls, little women, whatever you want to call them, is going to happen only through seed. Okay? So he is saying to multiply, because it's up to y'all, Noah, your sons, and your wife to replenish this earth with people, more people. And it's up to those cattle and animals and sheep and all of that stuff to replenish the world with more animals, because everything's been destroyed because of evil in their heart. But how many of you know evil gonna show back up? It's gonna keep showing back up. Man is not able not to do evil until Yeshua, his son, shows up on the scene. Okay? He who knew no sin had to come and give his life for us who couldn't stop sinning. And once he did what he did, he conquered sin and death. And now we're able to do good things out of our heart by being connected again with his Ruach HaKodesh, his spirit. You have a Ruach, okay? Your spirit. But you received what Yeshua did. And now, because of receiving what Yeshua did, his spirit is quickened and awakened in you. And now you can hear him. And now you have the ability to do good again. Okay? That's why he sent the law, so that they would know that the law is good and you're evil. He's trying to let them know that you're evil, but I didn't get ahead of myself. So let's get back on track. Okay. So
And
be fruitful and multiply. Have some more people, have some more kids, get the world populated again, have some more animals. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
And Yahuwah spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, And behold, I will establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. And
Okay,
with,
hold on. He's saying, now Yah's talking to Noah and to his son, saying, and I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. And this is all part of the covenant, what we read before. He was telling me to replenish the earth, and that all of everything is going to have a fear of you, Noach. And he's telling you not to eat flesh with blood in it because blood contains the life of a thing, and not to kill people because I'm going to require that at your hand. If you shed a man's blood, then your blood's going to be shed. And he's requiring them to be fruitful, replenish the earth, get some more people, let the animals do their thing so we can get some more animals. Okay, so that's all part of him establishing a new covenant with us.
okay, number 10. And with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out from the ark, out of the ark, to every beast of the earth.
Okay, keep going.
And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there be any more be a flood to destroy the earth.
Okay, so he's saying that I'm establishing my covenant that I will not destroy the earth with water, with a flood again. I won't destroy man. I won't destroy animals ever again with a flood.
Okay. And Yahuwah said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for perpetual generation.
And that means for all generations to come. It doesn't mean just for a couple of generations. It means for all generations from that point on. Okay, this is the token that he's going to make between us and every creature, so that when you see it, you'll be reminded of his covenant and what he promised us. Okay, keep going.
And I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
And the bow he's talking about is the rainbow. Let me read that in 13. I set my rainbow in the cloud, and it shall be a token or sign of a covenant or solemn pledge between me and the earth. Okay.
And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you, and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh.
Okay, I'm going to read that in the Amplified. I like to read things in the Amplified because it brings extra clarity as to what's being said in the KJV, King James Version. Okay, so it says 14, and it shall be that when I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow is seen in the clouds, I will earnestly remember my covenant or solemn pledge, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters will no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. Okay. All right. Go ahead. 16.
And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Yahuwah and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth.
Okay. And when the rainbow is seen in the clouds, I will look upon it. I will earnestly remember the everlasting covenant or pledge between Yah and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. He's putting that rainbow up in there. So anytime you see that rainbow, that's a reminder that of Yah's promise to never destroy the world again, all flesh, with a flood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Yahuwah said unto Noah, This is the token of the covenant, which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth.
Okay, 18.
And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan.
Let me read that in Amplified so that you will get what's going on here. The sons of Noah who went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. He had 3 sons. Ham is the father of Canaan, who is to be born later. Right. Canaan isn't born yet, but he will be born later.
Yeah.
Okay. 19.
These are the 3 sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread.
Okay, these 3 sons got the whole world populating again. Okay, because before it was Adam and Chuak who got the world populating, and then their kids, and then their kids, and then their kids. But everybody got wiped out because that covenant was broke. Adam did what Yah told him not to do. He disobeyed. So everybody got wiped out, as we read by the beginning of chapter 7. And now Yah is starting to replenish the earth all over again with Noah and his 3 sons. And now we're getting ready to go into Canaan is cursed and Shem is going to be blessed. Okay, let's go. Number 20.
And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered in his tent.
Okay, hold on. Noah, the husbandman, means to cultivate the ground. And Noah began to cultivate the ground, and he planted a vineyard. And then in this vineyard, there was some grapes, which he made into wine. And now Noah drinks the wine, he becomes drunk, and now he's uncovered and lay naked in his tent. Now, how many of you know he had to get really towed up? He had to get towed down, like they used to say, toe up from the floor up, because he didn't went up in his tent and took off all his clothes. I just never understood why he get naked. Why he take off all his clothes up in there? He done got so drunk he done stripped. You know what? I have been intoxicated. That was the cute way of saying drunk. But I don't think I ever took off all my clothes and stripped. Why did he do that? Any idea why he took off all his clothes and got butt naked?
No.
Bucket naked?
He was feeling it, I guess.
He was feeling himself that day. You know, sometimes when you drink, it make you hot.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's what he was going through. He got hot.
They were in, the Middle East.
Right, it was
called
hot.
the Middle East now, but Africa.
Right. So he was up in that tent, bucket naked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Number 22.
And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his 2 brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness.
Okay, now we're going to stop right there for a minute, because Ham goes into his father's tent and sees him naked. Okay, and then he goes out and tells his brothers, Shem and Japheth. And so Shem and Japheth, they take a garment, some kind of cloth, it had to be, whatever. They put it on their shoulders. They walked in backwards to their father's tent so that they wouldn't see him naked. And they laid this garment over his father to cover him up. Now, Ham gets in trouble for this. And for a long time, I couldn't get with and understand why he got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Because he walked into his father's tent. Because see, that can happen to anybody. That could have been an honest mistake. Sometimes you go into your parents' room. Sometimes you don't even know that they're there or think they're there, and you walk into their room and you see him naked. And it's like you run out. It's like, oh, but so I'm thinking, well, did he get in trouble because he went and told his brothers about it?
No, the reason that he got in trouble, if you read this in the book of Jasher, it says that he told his brothers in kind of a making fun way of his father, which was dishonoring his father.
Okay.
And that's what got him in trouble.
Okay, let's keep reading because, okay, let's keep going.
Okay.
And you're on 24.
24. And Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him.
Okay, I was confused. How did he know? You were so toe up, you was up in that bucket naked. Now,
Yeah.
how'd you know what they had done? Did one of them tell you? Or what did you spiritually discern this? Because did you know you was naked? And then when it's like I was naked when I passed out, but now I'm waking up and I got a garment over me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to figure out, how did he know that? Did they tell him? Or did he remember that he was naked when he fell out? And now I'm waking up with a garment over me. So who put this garment over me? Did he go ask questions? Or was that spiritually discerned from him? Okay. 24. All right, let's go. 25.
And he said, cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brother.
Okay, now here we go. Somehow he knew that it was Shem who did it. Because
Ham.
I'm sorry, he knew it was Ham who did it because he's cursing his son. He ain't cursing him.
He never cursed his own son.
No,
He cursed
his
seed.
his son's seed, his child, his grandchild, who wasn't even born yet. Poor baby. He ain't even born yet. He already cursed.
That's why they say the sins of the father are
visited upon the children. Okay, but if I have a reference to go to Deuteronomy 27 and 16, and that's kind of going to help us understand. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy 27 and 16. It will help to learn your books of the Bible, because then you know where things are when you're sitting in church and they tell you to go here, go there, wherever you're sitting, because I didn't even go there. But anyway, okay, Deuteronomy 27:16. Cursed be he that setteth light by his father. Oh, yeah. Well, it's 27.
Deuteronomy chapter 9, verse 26.
No, 27:16. See right here?
Chapter 27?
Yeah, Deuteronomy 27:16.
Oh, that's where
I'm in Deuteronomy 27. I'm at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me read it in the first. I'm going to read it in the King James. Then I read it in the Amplified. It'll make more sense. Cursed be he that setteth light by his father or his mother, and all the people shall say, Amen. I'm going to go over here. Amplified. It says, cursed is he who dishonors his father or his mother. All the people shall say. So he dishonored his father by poking fun of
light of his nakedness.
Making light of his nakedness, joking about it. That's what making light means. He was up in there joking about his father's nakedness. And his dad knew. Okay. All right. I just wanted to go through that. What is that? A precept?
That's a precept. Yes.
When you see those references, a lot of times you need to go look that up, because it'll help you understand what was just said there. Okay. All right. Let's
26.
go.
And he said, blessed be the Elohim Yahweh of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Okay, so now Canaan had Ham's son Canaan has been cursed, and now he's going to be made to be Shem's servant.
Yep. And Yahweh shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
Okay, keep going.
And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died.
Okay, so we got through that. We're making pretty good headway. We are now moving on to Genesis 10, which is going to talk about the descendants of Noah's son. So this should go pretty quick because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's talking about who had who. This one had this one, and that one had this one, and that one had that one. And that's pretty much what we're going to go through. We only got 40 more to go. Genesis has 50 chapters. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's start on Genesis 10.
Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah: Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Remember, these are three separate people, okay? And unto them were sons born after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. Okay, now let's go back and look at who Magog are, the modern day Asians, and those are those are the only people that are still as one people. Okay, and now we go after Japheth's firstborn son, which was Gomer, and the sons of Gomer are Ashkenaz. All right, now the people in the Middle East right now that are calling themselves the Jewish people call themselves Ashkenazi Jews. Ashkenazi Jews. And they claim that they're Shemites or descendants of Shem. And clearly it says in the Bible that they are descended from Japheth. And because he is the father of Gomer.
Right.
So when the people in the Middle East are telling you that they are Shemite or Shemitic people, the Bible differs. So that's why you need to read the Bible for yourself.
Right,
Okay.
because 2 says the sons of Japheth is Gomer.
Right.
And then 3 says in the sons of Gomer is the Ashkenaz and Riphath and Togarmah.
Yep. And the sons of Javan: Ishla, and Tarshish, and Kittim, which will be important later, and Dodamin.
And these are also sons of Japheth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
this is the whole line of Japheth.
Because Japheth had Javan.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're talking about 4 is talking about the sons of Javan are,
Right.
Okay, Elijah and Tarshish and Kittim and Dudanim.
Yep.
Dudanim. Okay.
Yep. Okay. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after his family, in their nations. Now, what did the Bible call them? The Bible called them Gentiles. The Bible didn't call them Jews or Israelites. They are the Gentiles.
That's a great point.
So, okay, now let's go to Ham. And the sons of Ham: Cush, and Mizraim,
which is Egypt,
and Put, and Canaan, which are the modern day Ethiopians.
And Canaan is the one that gets cursed.
Yes. And the sons of Cush: Seba, and Havila, and Sabat, and Rama, and Sabteka. And the sons of Rama: Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begot Nimrod.
Okay, so
Nimrod is the modern day Ethiopians. So they were the first ones to begin to build civilizations. Okay? And Cush begat Nimrod, and he began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Okay, now don't forget that we're talking about the sons of Ham. Ham had Cush, and Cush had Nimrod. Okay? Mm-hmm. And Cush also had them other ones too. Seba, Havila, Sabta, Rama, Sabteka, and the sons of Rama are Sheba and Dedan.
Yep.
Dedan.
Okay.
Ooh, these are some names, okay?
And he was a mighty hunter before the Elohim. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Elohim. And the beginning of his kingdom, now he's one of the first kings of the earth, is Nimrod, the child of Cush. All right?
And Cush is the son of Ham.
Right.
So Ham had Cush, Cush had Nimrod.
And Nimrod became one of the first kings of the earth. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel. And
a lot of people say Babel, but it's Babel.
And Erech and Akkad and
Calneh
in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Asher and builded Nineveh. And the cities of Ribel and Calah. Rehoboth and Calah. Okay. And Resen between Nineveh and Calah.
It's Nineveh.
Nineveh and Calah. Sorry, these names are hard.
They are hard.
The same is a great city. And Mizraim
Egypt.
Egypt begot Ludum and Ananim and Lahabam and Nephalim.
Nah,
Nay,
to him. Not
Neph-
to him.
Neptuhim.
You wouldn't believe we actually listen. We actually listened about 3 times to the people pronouncing these words, and it's still difficult to get them right.
Yep. And Hathrashim and Calahim, out of whom came Philistim, and
Captorum.
And Canaan begat Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite.
That's the Girgasite.
Girgasite? Okay, Girgasite. And the
Hivite,
and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite. There's no V in there. So
it is a V.
Okay. Arvadite,
yeah.
And the Zamorite, and the
Hamathite.
And afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad.
Okay, let me see if I can read that over here in the Amplified to try to help it make a little more sense here. Okay, we're gonna let's start at 8. Cush became the father of Nimrod. He was the first to be a mighty man on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore, it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel. Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar in Babylonia. Out of the land he, Nimrod, went forth into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Ir, and Calah, and Resen, which is between Nineveh and Calah. All these suburbs combine to form the great city. And Egypt, or Mizraim, became the father of Ludim, Anamim, Lahabim, Naptuhim, Panthrusim, Casluhim, from whom came the Philistines, and captured him. Canaan became the father of Sidon, his firstborn, Heth, the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, the Girgashites, the Havites, the Archites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. Okay? Where'd you stop off?
19.
Okay, go ahead.
And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon, as thou comest to Gerar, unto Gaza, as thou goest unto Sodom and Gomorrah. And Admah, and Zeboim, even unto Elisha.
Okay, let me try to do this in Amplified to try to make this a little clear, because if you're not listening real hard, you'd be like, huh? What? Okay. And the territory of the Canaanites is extended from Sidon as one goes to Gerar as far as Gaza, and as one goes to Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim as far as Lasha. Okay, number 20.
And these are the sons of Ham, after their families, after their tongues, in their countries, and in their nations.
So they're talking about the sons that they had and the territories that they live in.
Right. Okay. Unto Shem, also the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were children born.
Okay, let me try to go with that. These are the sons of Ham by their families, their languages, their lands, and their nations. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. The kids they had, the languages, the nations that these children took. Remember, they got to spread out and get the whole world populated again. To Shem also, the younger brother of Japheth, and the ancestors of all the children of Eber, including the Hebrews, children were born. Okay, 22.
Okay. The children of Shem, Elam, and Asher, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram.
Okay, let's see if it says anything different. The sons of Shem, Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 23.
And the children of Aram, Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Mash.
Okay.
And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. And unto Eber was born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. And his son's name was Joktan.
And his brother's name?
His brother's name was Joktan.
Okay.
And Joktan begat Almodad, and Shephelah, and Hasmurith, and Jerah.
Child, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 27. We're doing the best we can to pronounce these names. Okay.
And Hardaram, and Uzal,
and Dikla,
and Obal, and Abumel, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havila, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling was from the Mesha, as thou goest into Sephar, a mount in the east.
Okay, let me go with that one in Amplified. The territory in which they live extended from Mesha, as one goes toward Sephar, to the hill country of the east. Okay, 31.
And these are the sons of Shem after their families, after their tongues, in their lands, after their nations. And these are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations, in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth after the flood.
Okay, let me just read the Amplified to see if that gives any more clarity or helps us at all. These are the families of the sons of Noah according to their generations within their nations, and from these nations spread abroad on the earth after the flood. Now it says to go to Acts 17:26. Let's see what we got here. Acts, what is it?
17:26.
17. Okay, I gotta go quite a ways in Acts 17, and 26. And I'm going to read that. And he made from one common origin, one source, one blood, all nations of men to settle on the face of the earth, having definitely determined their allotted periods of time and the fixed boundaries of their habitation, their settlements, lands, and abodes. Okay, let me read that one more time. And he made from one common origin, one source, one blood, all nations of men to settle on the face of the earth, having definitely determined their allotted periods of time and the fixed boundaries of their habitations, or their settlements, lands, and abode. So he made from one common origin, one source, one blood, all nations. Okay? All nations. So these people are all the same. They just went different places and started reproducing. But there's all one blood. All these came from Noah, his kids, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their kids, and their kids. But there's still one blood, one common people, one nation. Okay, now we are going to go to, we still 11. Got 15 minutes, Jeff. We're doing good. Now in chapter 11, we're going to talk about the Tower of Babel, or Babel. A lot of people say Tower of Babel, but it's Babel. The man said Babel, but we listen to him. You never go to YouTube, type it in, he'll read it to you. But we had him read it to us because it was like, oh, them names is difficult.
I'm still stumbling over.
I know, me too. But we're doing the best we can. Let's see how you do. Okay? Okay. All right, let's go.
And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
Let me say that. Look, let me do that in Amplify. And the whole earth was of one language and of one accent and mode of expression. We all communicated the same way.
Okay. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there.
Okay, and as they journeyed eastward, they found a plain or a valley in the land of Shinar, and they settled and dwelt there.
And they said one to another, Go, let us make brick and burn it thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar.
Okay, and amplified, and they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks and burn them thoroughly. So they had brick for stone and slime or bitumen for mortar.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Okay, and Amplify says, and they said, Come, let us build us a city and a tower whose top reaches to the sky or heaven. They are trying to make a tower so they can get to heaven. We ain't gonna go in by y'all's way. We just gonna build us a tower and we just gonna go on up in there ourselves,
Right.
okay? And let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered over the whole earth.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gonna try to just crash up in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
You just gonna really? You think God just gonna let you
just
build
walk
a
up
tower?
into heaven?
Okay, well, let's keep going and see what happened.
And the Elohim came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded.
And the Elohim, or the Lord, came down to see the city and the tower which the son of men had built. He like, let me go down here and check out what these folks is doing.
Yeah.
Because they doing too much right now. We call that muchitto. When you're doing too much and too little all at the same time, you doing muchitto, honey. All right, number 6.
And the Elohim said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do.
Amplified. And the Elohim, or the Lord, said, Behold, they are one people, and they have all one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. And now nothing they have imagined they can do will be impossible for them. Okay, now there's some revelation up in that.
Mm-hmm.
When you unite yourselves together, there is nothing impossible for you. So I'm saying, but as long as you stay divided, you ain't nothing you can do because you're divided. You ever heard united we stand, divided we fall? Okay, I'm talking to my brothers and sisters who look like me. Call yourselves whatever you need to call yourself: Negro, Black, African American, Hebrew, whatever. It's Hebrew. It's all the same. I said Hebrew. I just made a new word. Is that one of us? You know, my sister, my brother, my Hebrew. Okay, that was funny. Y'all didn't get it. Okay, whatever. Anyway, when you unite yourselves together and stop hating, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. That's why they pitted us against one another. The system, the white man, the slave owner, them. They pitted us against one another. They wanted us to hate one another because they wanted us divided. They didn't want us united because if we were united, then there's no way in hello they could conquer us. Okay? So we had to be divided. And y'all had to allow it because if he says, if you do this, this is going to happen, you know what? Ain't nothing can stop it. Ain't nothing can stop. He told you if you continue to worship those idols that he was going to give you over and you were going to be cursed. And we continue to do that. We'll get to that once we get up out of Genesis and get over into Deuteronomy. We'll understand that. But I just want to say this. If you take this word and you apply it as your history, as these are us people that look like us, whatever you want to call them, Black, the Negro, this word starts to make sense. Yep. It starts to make sense as to what happened to you in your life. And it explains your history. I mean, because as long as we thought that these people in the Bible were Caucasians, it just always seemed something missing. Something always didn't quite add up.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. It didn't add up. It did make sense to a degree, but it didn't add up. It didn't add up.
Something was missing.
Something was missing. But the minute we took this as our Black history and began to see these people as our cousins, our relatives, our ancestors, then it all started to make sense. Who we were today started to make sense. What's going on with us today started to make sense. When nothing ever explained really who we were and why everybody hated us. But once we took this word and applied it to ourselves, all them pieces just fell right together. And we began to get understanding as to who we were, who we are, and why everyone hates us.
Yes.
Okay? Just keep reading.
Okay.
All right.
And number 7. Go to, let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech.
Okay, let me read that. He says, come, let us go down. Let us. I'm talking about the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Let us go down and there. Wait, let us go down and there confound, mix up, or confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. Yet united we stand, divided. If you can't understand one another, you can't do nothing together. And that's our problem. We don't understand one another. We don't understand why everybody hates us. We don't understand what happened to our history. We don't understand where we came from. We don't understand the curse that we're under. We're all angry, and we don't even understand why. And you know what we're doing? We're taking it out on each other.
Yes.
Okay, that makes no sense. We all in the same boat together. We all under the same curse. So we're taking it out on each other. Oh, because you ain't bad enough to take it out on the system? Oh, is that what's going on? Oh, you bad when it come to hurting one another. Let me see you stand up to that white man. Oh, it's yes a master now. Really stop the madness. I'm just speaking truth. I am not anti-white. I ain't anti-nothing. I'm anti-lies. I'm pro-truth. Okay, but we do that as Black people. We give the Chinese, the Asians, the white folks, the all of them. We give them the utmost respect and honor. But then when it comes to each other, we want to hurt each other over a look, over something stupid, over a word. These folks will follow you in the store when y'all know when y'all up in that hair store trying to get them weaves and that gel. Cause I'll be up in there with you. You know them folks be talking that, and you know that pisses me off. Pisses me off. It does, because I'm like, if you're gonna be in this country, I'm gonna need you to speak our language, so I know what you're saying. Because while I'm patronizing you, you could be talking about me like a dog. Same thing up in them nail places. Stop that! Why ain't you speaking in English? You in America? This ain't China. This ain't Asia. This ain't Japan. You need to speak where we can understand you. We up in there patronizing you, spending our money. And I wish we would stop doing that too. I wish y'all would start, sending your kids to school and letting them invest in their nail. And if they won't give us businesses, buildings, start them in your basement. Because I don't like that. I don't like you when you're speaking that stuff and I don't understand what you're saying. I don't. That ain't cool. Because you could be talking about me. And if your heart is honest, speak English. If you're going to be in America, learn how to speak English. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. I'm just saying. We need to get our own hair stores. They won't give us the building. Start them in our basements. And then if we're going to do this stuff, we're going to have to be professional. Don't fall up in there with your house shoes on and your hair and rollers and all that craziness to my sub. Well, no. We got to be professional. Good evening, good morning, how are you? No, I don't appreciate being followed around the store. I don't appreciate you talking your language when I'm up in there. I don't, because I don't know what you're saying. And I know you don't like us. So we need to do these things for ourselves. We got to stop hating one another. How you gonna give them more respect and more love than you giving your own? That's so ignorant to me. That just pisseth me. It does.
The Most High Yahweh created us to be a people of excellence. So
He did.
And when you get into your word and start reading about the people that Yah created you to be, you will be that people of excellence.
Got to do it with a spirit of excellence. We got to stop being ghetto. They taught us how to be ghetto. They taught us that. We were a people of excellence. We were very clean, very intelligent people, very creative, very gifted. We wasn't no debt gum baby mama drama and all of that foolishness and ghetto fabulous and thugs. And that stuff was taught to you. Did y'all see me rolling my eye? Because I'm rolling them. Stop the madness. Start loving. How you going to love and respect somebody else more than you going to love your own people? That's what's wrong with us. We got to start uniting ourselves. Walk past each other in the stores and on the street, won't even speak. But you speak to them other people and them all different color races. And I ain't being anti whatever your race is. I'm just saying. We got to love ourselves too. Can't just love them. They taught us that too. Love them, hate you. Well, you need to be unbrainwashed. Don't make no sense. Does that make sense to you? Don't you wish we could all get along? Don't you wish we could love one another and help one another? I know I do. All the time.
All the time.
I hate the way we do one another. I hate how we harass and pick on one another. But you won't say spit to them other people that's dogging you out, talking about you, choking you out, and all this other stuff that they do to us. You won't open your mouth and say nothing. But then you let one of us look at you wrong and you ready to fight, ready to shoot over some stupid stuff. Y'all almost made me cuss. We need to stop it. Let's try to finish up.
All right.
Before our time run out. We got 4 minutes. What number we on?
8. So the Elohim scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city.
Okay, let me try to make a little more clarity. So the Elohim or the Lord scattered them abroad from that place upon the face of the whole earth. And they gave up building the city because they couldn't understand no more. They couldn't understand each other no more. All right, let's
Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Elohim did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did the Elohim scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Okay, now I'm beginning to think that Babel might be the Hebrew word for Babel. Because a lot of us call it Babel because when you don't understand each other, we say stuff like you just babbling on. Okay, we don't say you're babbling on. We say you're babbling on. So maybe
which is the
Babel,
name of the city,
right? But I'm just saying maybe that's the Hebrew pronunciation for it because that's sure the way that man pronounces it when we listen to him. But let me read that. Therefore, the name of it was called Babel, because there the Lord confounded the language of all the earth. And from that place, the Lord scattered them abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Okay, keep going.
These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood.
Okay, now we're talking about Shem's descendants. Okay, let's see. This is the history of the generation of Shem. Shem was 100 years old when he became the father of Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. Okay.
And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begat Eber. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 430 years and begat Peleg. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 32 years and begat Serug. And Reu lived after he begat Serug 270 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years, and begat Nahor. And Serug lived after he begat Nahor 200 and begat sons 200 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years, and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years, and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years, and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begat Lot.
Okay, now those names should start to become familiar to you.
Yep.
Abram, who y'all changed his name to Avraham
Your
or Abraham.
great grandfather.
Right. And Lot. Remember Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah? Okay.
Lot is Abram's nephew.
Because Abram's brothers are Nahor and Haran. And now Haran, one of Abram's brothers, has Lot. So that makes Lot Abram's, your great granddaddy.
Yeah.
That makes him his nephew. Okay, 28.
Okay, and Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah. And the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Ishkah. But Sarai was barren; she had no child.
Okay, barren means you can't have kids. You have a little issue there getting pregnant.
And Terah took Abram, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there.
Let me quickly read 31 and see if that brings that home. And Terah took Abram his son, Lot the son of Haran, his grandson, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son's Abram's wife, and they went forth together to go from Ur of the Chaldees into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there.
Mm-hmm. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran.
And that is all we're going to go today. We're going to stop and leave it right there. I just want to remind you, don't forget to check out our Get Your Life lessons for today. They'll also be posted after we drop this video. And don't forget to check out the new one that we're doing called People Who Can Help You Get Your Life. This is Mama Sia.
And Papa Sia.
And we hope you got something from today's episode of Get Your Life Bible Study / Black History. And
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. All praise, honor, and glory goes to the Most High Yah. We hope you got something out of today's lessons. See you next week. Shalom.
Shalom.